with Coach Effie's right now. Effie's, I gotta ask you, what did Floor have for breakfast? We know Floor is cracked, but she had like 14 kills by round 6.
Yeah, I don't know what she had for breakfast, but definitely, I know she said she warmed up this morning. She joined the DM, she got 1 kill, and then she said, I'm feeling it, and just left. That's it.
That's it. Well, that's it. Just Floor doing Floor things. Now, you got to see MIBR go through the lower bracket. Did you do any special prep for this team today?
I mean, obviously, we watched most of their games, but we're treating this just like any other match. Like, we're not treating it as a grand final or anything. We're just like the usual prep. We usually would just watch them and like know their tendencies a little bit, but that's it.
All right. Well, you're looking really chill. Congratulations on the first map, and good luck on the next.
Her floor is your ceiling. Shopify Rebellion are logged in for this grand final. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm your host, Singsu. I'm joined once again by Kakuka and Mimi. I mean, there's no other way to say it other than Shopify Rebellion are just really good.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a good take.
They're so good.
Yeah, we can say that. I mean, Floor having that start of the map definitely snowballs into the rest. Like having a 9-3 half is a very good omen.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, that was just her jet map. She's going to be playing Neon on the next one. It's so dangerous to have a player like that already this warm.
And speaking of Fluorescent, here she is in the HyperX reflex even moment of the day. We could have picked a lot. Floor was just dropping them left, right, and center.
Yeah, but as I'm saying, getting this on the second round means she also got her ultimate for the third one, in case she would have needed it, because she didn't also die until like round 9. This is the kind of performance that you always pray to have at a grand final.
And I think that this round doesn't just show how good Floor is, but also some of the issues for MIBR. They're playing a solo Sky comp. Not really anyone is still rocking with that, and you see the drawbacks. They feel forced to use utility early to clear Floor off these angles. Then they have maybe one flash, maybe a dog for the late execute onto the site. If they get stalled out by the Astra utility, the Cypher utility, anything that Shopify has, then they don't have another piece to continue that attacking side, and they just got crushed because of it.
And I love the fact that they understood what they needed to do in the defense. Now, the time that MIBR played against Giant X, they won 90% of their post plans. They knew that getting that spike down would be a hurdle that they had to go through. So Shopify Rebellion tried to stop it time and time again, and they were brilliant in doing so. Both the setups and the unexpected dry picks, aggressive from the defense, was a wonder to see.
Yeah, and a lot of that also came from a Sarah who frags.
Sarah frags. This is my goat. All right, I want to drop an opinion on you guys.
Okay.
Tell me if I'm crazy. Sarah is a top 3 aimer in GC globally.
You could just have said Sarah is a top 3 aimer
No, I
globally.
disagree.
Okay,
Yeah.
I believe it. And I think we don't talk about her
I
enough
agree.
because she's on a team with Floor. Before she was playing with Floor, she was talked about in NA as the same caliber, as one of those upcoming superstars. And she's not just good mechanically, as she displayed on this map, but she's also one of the absolute best initiator players in this scene, and especially incredible on the Sova. I think the timing of her utility, especially in these late rounds, is always perfect.
I think that everybody from SR had their moments. I wouldn't put her in the top 3, but I think I would put her in
Top
the
5?
top 10. I don't know. Like, you're talking globally. You're talking globally.
I'm with Mimi. I'm with Mimi.
Really?
Okay,
I will say.
You're spitting, Sue.
I know. I will say that there is a lot of unsung heroes in SR. The way that the setups are so brilliant. We saw it from the defense, how they were splitting up the players from MIBR time and time again. We saw some glimpses and surprises from the side of MIBR. But let's think about the second map.
Yeah, let's talk about Sunset, because what do MIBR need to do here to make sure they do have a chance in this grand final? They don't just get rolled by Shopify.
How about kill Floor?
Yeah, and then kill Sarah, and then kill Mel, and then kill Alexis, you know,
I
and
think
Neuer as well.
Yeah, I think you do have to have a great map out of SRN here. They're normally incredible, and this team relies a lot on SRN in these early rounds. They have so many setups to get them an opportunity to get that first kill.
I mean, they've played this map a lot throughout this tournament, and every time it's a stomp, either on their side or when G2 won against them. There's no other sides. I think that the most that they've gone is 19 rounds. No surprises in the Agent Select. And we've talked about Sarah, we talked about Floor. I'm thinking about Alexis here. When we think about this Neon and Breach duo, especially starting on the attack, that's exactly where my eyes are. And also, Jelly is the only player in this Game Changes that plays the Gecko on Sunset.
This is one of the best maps for Sayori, both in calling and in the individual performance. We saw that in the series against G2. But to put this map in context, I think if MIBR don't win this, this is probably a 3-0. They go into Haven after this, a stronghold for Shopify. They really have to bounce back here.
They do indeed, and I want to see them reset as well and come back out. It's time to get back into the game and throw this over to your casters once again. Pots and pans! I love saying it.
It's good.
Thank you so much, and you're right. Map
We love hearing it.
Yeah, true, honestly. Who doesn't like hearing it, right? Now, map 2 is a linchpin map. Now, let's tell you as to why MIBR, this needs to be their stronghold. They need to find stability, find that fire inside them, and show why they're here. This is a grand final, Christine. This isn't, you know, look and see a participation of what they gotta be good here, right? This is the moment.
Yes, and we got to look straight at SRN. Agent change coming through here, and this is comfort champion for SRN. The raise, the utility that she's able to find for herself. Not to mention the game plan coming through here for MIBR. So many trap plays on the defense yesterday. Beautiful set plays. So I think MIBR definitely will make a stand coming through here, and really weird setup actually for MIBR. SRN is just solo over towards A, trying to make that part of the map look bigger than it is.
Camera taken out.
See how they kind of read through this one. Shopify, of course, will be on the attacking side. MIBR on the defending side, and you're right, 4-1 as a beginning. Splits a little bit, but the emphasis towards that B site.
Yeah, as Shopify just trying to bide some time. They're sending Noya to go sniffing towards this A. They don't want to commit to anything and run into these traps that MIBR showcased yesterday. Noya saw that trip, but that one-ways pushed her off the angle.
I'm curious if Noya ever calls them off this, right? Like how far?
Oh, wow. That might change the entire game plan for Shopify. We'll see. You can see the spike is actually shifting, and Noya, she is bringing them back towards her.
Yeah, rotation. That was enough. That little indicator, that little moment was enough to pull the plug on whatever that B hit was. They didn't like it. Just seeing SRN shouldering that corner, enough of a red flag.
Utility. SRN, there's the paint shell. It's gonna delay and buy enough time. So Yuri's on the way. Fault line in tow.
SRN has to survive still, I'd say, and I'd be very surprised if they tried to flood CT, but for now, you're looking at the time, we're down to 10 seconds. Shopify rebelling, got to get a move on here, got to secure the site. You already got that Dizzy going up, they want to get the fight going. Wingman's in forward to Jelly! Backhanding 3, clears the site, it's all on Mel, the last standing bastion of hope. Oh my god, but they're not stopping the defuse, and Jelly wants the round. We've praised Jelly time and time again. Impact alone has been off the charts. This was the map that they impressed us on.
Incredible, incredible, and the power of Gecko coming through strong there. That cross-map help, SRN was fine. I mean, she didn't get any kills that we'd love to see coming from the Rays, but she teed up her entire team to be able to just be hot on her heels with that stand. That's exactly what you need for Shopify, or for MIBR's side. And if you're Shopify, you're feeling a little salty about that one. Noya did so much work to push SRN off the angle.
Oh, and speaking of, SRN straight away taking down Mel is a big scalp to claim, removes a lot of those options later on if they wanted to depend on those smokes. Noya now looking to continue towards middle, and look how ready MIBR looked though. You had almost 3 players watching this side. You did have Jelly up towards the top side too, but for now, peeling away from this.
Good, Fault Line's gonna push SRN off the angle, but Sayuri responds with her own utility. That's a shot from Noya.
Yeah, relax a little. SRN retakes control of top middle, but this is going to pull the players away from that B site, so they're looking to pivot through market, and they are being melted down. MIBR, stability found, 4 alive. It's what they needed.
You love the long range double crossfire coming out here for MIBR. A lot more depth and layers on Sunset than what they showcased on Pearl so far. This bonus round I mean a lot. I don't think Shopify, they didn't plant the spike in that second one. So you can see the money is a little bit tough. Players are having to decide, do I go Guardian full armor?
That goes there.
And that's exactly what Noya does here. Fluorescent being on that half as the entry, the first to get contact, might end up biting her. SRN is on the angle.
And they seem so aware of this. Again, wherever it looks like Shopify want to go, there is so much resistance. You got the trip in the way, you got 2 players, actually 3 towards market, and just 1 towards A. And this time Neuer hasn't gone exploring too deep just yet. This is a patient start. It's an incredibly critical round for Shopify, but for MIBR, as it stands, right place.
It's the same 4-1 pistol setup that we saw, except SRN and Melissa have just swapped spots. A lot of stopping power for Melissa with that blind in her back pocket, and it's deja vu. Shopify are regrouping back towards this A main as well.
You see that Melissa, as you highlighted, has really slipped off from this, sitting a lot deeper here. Surely this silence becomes deafening soon enough. They're going to have to start investing utility just to make sure that close is cleared, taking away the cam, and it's a double pump. I like this.
Everyone from MIBR have bit. They've completely taken on the cell. They're all leaving the site. And the Cypher setup isn't on B here, Lauren.
That is wild. They're going to get a free plant from this. They're going to have to go, which Floor's happy to do. Take the space, take the site. You can see the clear. No one's here. You're feeling good about that call now as well. That's starting to feel real nice. But you got to look at the flood back in. Jelly's been fantastic at setting this into motion. Let's see. Wingman forward. Dizzy going up. That's going to connect. Floor now noted. They're going to swing out, but they don't clear off the back of it. A 1-for-1 trade out, but Floor going down kind of signifies the backside is no longer secure. You're going to see them start clearing through. We've seen this deep post-plant setup. I like the late positioning from Neuer, but let's see how threatening MIBR can be. At some point, they've got to check on Sarah. A little surprised at that one. Neuer has to eventually give away the game here. And you can see Shopify still sitting in this deep post plant. They've got to deal with this diffuse, and they do. That is what they were doing before, and they do it once again. But Christine, that call at the start, that little double pump, it was perfect.
It was beautiful. Such good calling coming out here for Mel on Shopify. MIBR has got to be scratching their heads and wondering what that what piece of information came through to make them bite so hard in that round. But valiant effort on this retake. Shopify have shown their game plan on this map already. They want to go for that spam game, and with the Gecko on the side of MIBR, having that wingman as that win con for themselves, it certainly should make Shopify's win con a little bit more challenging. They've got to hold on to a little bit of that util and start talking to each other exactly how they want to approach that post. Once again, that's not fair.
Neuer.
Just didn't even have a chance.
Yeah, what the You can kind of imagine they're going to reinforce that A site, especially after last round, but a free start is gutting. That one way's now removed, and Jelly can't play off that anymore, but Jelly does still have ult, still has Wingman, Dizzy, the whole shebang, and you've just seen Floor. So you don't want to stick around on this. You avoid the stun, fantastic, but you got to fall to sight here. You got to keep your composure, don't overdo it, but still, that's the ult coming in early. Big info off this.
You can see Juves doesn't want to commit to this rotate. They've already been faked out before. Jelly's got so much pressure, the blind catches her.
It's perfect. This is just perfection on the site take. They're really isolating out the players with the util. Very hard for them to take any security after that Cypher ult.
MIBR, they've just got to tuck tail and figure out exactly how they're going to save these weapons for the next round. And that's unlucky. If you're MIBR, you're okay with this round, especially if you're Melissa. You're letting your team know, hey, all good. Things happen sometimes.
Sometimes.
We move on, go next.
Yeah, I'd have liked to see the difference, how this would have looked if Melissa was able to stay alive, but it literally was a shot in the dark. Melissa goes down, one way's removed, suddenly Jelly's very isolated, then you're one away from Neuer's ult, and bang, you got everything you need, right? And for Shopify, though, they keep 5 standing. This is now really good for their stability in their money. The observers got nervous. They're like, wait, what's going on? Shooting over the other side of the map. All good.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see MIBR going back into their 4-1 setup. Exactly what they did on Pistol. And they constantly had trap setups, right? And now with Jelly having that ultimate on the Gecko, these trap setups should give them those openings that they're looking for. So wouldn't be surprised if they send either Juves or Melissa back towards A solo once again and try to stay more grouped here. Use these hero rifles on Juves and SRN.
I want to see what they do.
That mid crossfire, they want to collapse and fully fight here.
We have been seeing the Shopify are happy to take that space early on, so this isn't a bad call. Heading off towards that corner now called Petra. Gets away, at least from the initial check for any players trying to slip the net.
Shopify know that MIBR are on a broken buy. They want to be extra cautious and extra thorough here. Noya is sending that second cage towards that A main. Not a soul over there, but she's just doing her damnedest to find information.
It's part of the process.
Yeah, that trap setup in mid that we were talking about, it's still pretty dangerous for Shopify because they're so close by.
I wonder if that
Look
cam
at the
was going
timing.
to turn.
SRN.
What? That feels so unlucky to not catch. Who was it just drifting in? Alexis, but Floor's already in the site. Floor's already in CT. Just got to control the space here.
The move.
Damn. All right. Just fooning around the place. Plant back in. Shopify once again assume that post-plant positioning. This is big though, but it already gets denied. I thought it might have been able to get a little bit deeper on towards this.
Look at Sarah rewrapping, looking for the insurance plan, but MIBR, they've seen this retake before. They know exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, but SRN already gets held away. Nice to take down Mel, but Shopify just have the numbers, and Fluorescent has confidence aplenty. Once this one done, can't quite deal with Melissa, but it's job done again. Once they're in that post plant, it's so hard to take them out of it.
It's so many just answers for Shopify that MIBR have to keep track of. Too many variables, but I gotta say, there was again another chance. You saw Melissa's paranoia ripping across in back site there, but at that point, MIBR already knew that Shopify got off the site. So hopefully, as we progress more into this half, MIBR are gonna try to hold on to their util a little bit more and focus fire it, but at any point, Shopify can just pivot their own game plan and actually full fight the site. So mind games aplenty. They're gonna start cooking here.
Big ult round though. This is where it gets scary. A lot of want towards those ult orbs. 3 players this time towards A as well, so a very different look here. A little switch up. Tootsie spotted.
My eyes are down.
Tarantino keeping eyes in middle.
All right.
Oh, we've seen this before. Does the timing work out this time? It does. We saw that fail last time. The timing was off, Christine. This time they've tightened that up already. And now the pressure towards market. SRN needs to get out, and there's nowhere to run. That was just absolutely systematic destruction. Sayuri and Melissa are just so behind the curve here. Deep smoke on towards CT. This one's really locked up, incredibly hard to work back into.
And just deja vu once again. I mean, both members in Sayuri and Melissa, they've got to think about, we got to save again?
Yeah, it starts feeling really uncomfortable. Floor can just back away, buy a little bit of time. They now need to re-clear. And I think you're right, they've got to call this round off, right? Keep those rifles, look ahead, see what they can do. And I like seeing that Shopify then just bring out that little pocket play, get that TP to spawn Floor right up the guts.
It's just such an incredible set play. The 3-prong attack coming through, and SRN didn't even get to shoot her gun.
Nope.
That's the amount of pressure she was under, coming from B main, coming from market, coming from her own spawn as well. Unsure exactly which lane she wanted to full fight, so MIBR on the defense, they've got to stabilize here and talk to each other about, hey, let's all just fight mid together. Let's just all fight B main together. Pick one or another. Don't go 50-50 in both and try to control everything, because you're just going to get caught with your pants down.
Yeah, I do want to see them take a little bit of a grip into this game, because we've been kind of praising MIBR for their aggression, their kind of, really clear approach to things, especially with SRN when they're so activated in this. I need to see them be proactive. I want to see them play with confidence, and it's hard to say that. You've had a rough map 1, 13-7, and that first half will be in their minds to an extent. Hopefully reset here. But you talk about it, coming back in, okay, first 2 rounds looking good, brilliant, this is what we needed. That's 4 in a row, you're pumping the brakes, and you haven't really had answers yet to what Shopify are doing. What's the clear-cut answer? You're just saying take space, not aggressively, but with confidence, right?
Right. And I think they just need to lean away from the trap plays. We've seen multiple times now SRN pulling out the paint shell, trying to make something happen with her teammates, but SRN's best quality is the freedom that she has in the server, just being activated, going sniffing for her own on and off angle once she gets contact. So use that aim, go get some space. It doesn't have to be aggressive from the start, but we do need to be active. Go looking for a fight later on in the mid round. Maybe retake B main. Maybe go deeper in that mid. That timing that she got in T-spawn where she almost killed Alexis, those are the kind of moves that we need to see coming out from SRN here.
See if she can call up their own number. Make themselves a little more active in this. As it stands, not even going to have the hero rifle. You've got Melissa and I think Sayuri, obviously the last 2 who do switch it over to SRN. Okay, so hoping that maybe this round they could build in and in the right place for it, right? This could be the fight. This could be a really nice boost going through. Dizzy dealt with, stun in play, but SRN unable to capitalize, still being checked by that utility and unable to springboard forward.
But SRN's going to be pretty happy about this. No one contesting her. She's going to be able to grab the orb, get that showstopper online. Melissa's just trying to buy time.
Melissa, this is really dangerous. You can't escape it. Floor on the hunt and Melissa falls. That should be the site locked in the hands of Shopify.
Yeah, no blind in her back pocket for the stopping power. Too risky. And MIBR again in the same position, arriving towards the site when it's already gone. This time Shopify, same game plan. Keep floor forward and get back to spam.
And then adding layers, Neuer on top of this as well. Early util has to just be invested to try and clear floor.
So
but just got moves, and got a mouse jump as well. Trade comes in, but there's that dagger in the back. Neuer, a new layer to this that they hadn't seen before. Even Mel now closing in through market, adding adjustments, denied on the wingman, couldn't depend on it for the defuse. And once again, Shopify in the post plant, impossible to move.
Just tough scenes out here. Shopify are completely controlling the map. The rotates were a little slow last round. Melissa did play this round a little too risky. If she had the blind, I could have seen the vision for sure, but her teammates were just too damn far. Making a play in A main and making a play in B main at the same time is just too greedy if you're the defenders. Shopify are just one step ahead, absolutely able to punish. They get rewarded for it. Once again, a good spread coming out here for Shopify. And Melissa, she wants to test her luck again. Blind though, she's got it.
Trolling space. It's the mid challenge though, and it almost feels process of elimination. You've got to start feeling they've got to be looking towards middle, and now that should be the signifier. It's indeed the case. Floor gets slowed down a little this time. Finally hindered in approach and being hunted out by 3-4 players. Floor is drawing all attention here. All eyes on Floor, and she's still succeeding. How is she doing this? Where's the rest of Shopify? Right beside her, taken towards the site. Melissa now forced to fight forward. Shopify clearing house. Jelly taking back space towards CT at least. But it's a 2v2. Does the plant go in? It absolutely does. And Neuer staying here. They're not backing away. They're not falling away. Attention drawn, 1v1. Jelly has got them at least 2 rounds here now. One of those early ones on the pistols, that was theirs. Now here finding more value and online, but it is a bit of a drought that they finally find a bit of a break to.
Good news for MIBR is that they didn't have to invest the breach ult. Actually, they didn't even have to invest any ults to be able to win that round. It was just the gunplay. Woof! The scrappiness coming out here for MIBR, and finally the trades coming out strong for the side of MIBR. So 4 huge ultimates coming online, on board for MIBR, and this is it. This is exactly what you need to be able to turn things around. I'm seeing a potential 5-5 if MIBR are able to combo these ults together, and it's off the rip.
Yeah, Floor's out of there. Get out of danger. They've all been caught. This could be devastating. But Mel on bodyguard duty. But the rest is a slaughter. It's down to a 2v2, and look at the HP. Mel, after all of that, does... I thought she might even have gone ult off that one. Doesn't, but will at least for the plant. And now you got Fluorescent taking over the role of keeping Mel safe. Plants in. Sayuri does have ult. Dupes is making their way over. But Mel playing a little sneaky game here. Gotta be cautious, gotta be careful, because that smoke is dissipating. Mel has made this possible. It's all on Floor and Sayuri. We were complimenting Sayuri a great deal before.
She has no idea where she is right now. Earlier, the neural diff did go off, but the mind game's coming through so strong.
There we go, you've heard it. Stuns up. Sayuri can't deal with it. Shopify, make it out of there. Fluorescent stays alive and they get back on track. Just a blip on the radar now of that 1 round in round 8.
And Fluorescent playing that round so well. We gotta highlight Mel once again. Every one of her teammates got hit by that utility. That should have been a mow down, but Mel stepping up to the plate, saying, "Behind me, Mr. President, I got you."
I mean, that's just clinical from you, Floor.
And just hyping up her own teammates as well.
What a captain.
Beautiful.
Captain. Okay, 3 rounds. Is all MIBR has been able to manage thus far. We got ults coming online as well for Shopify again. 2 away for Alexis, still got Mel's online, Floor's online, Sarah's is there, 2 off from Neuer. Soiri didn't invest theirs into that previous round. Melissa still has that TP. They clear through middle here. Maybe with that ult online for Mel, they're a bit curious about, is that going to be once again sent up towards middle off the back of Fluorescent taking the space, but Jelly, gotta be cautious. This Floor going to show presence towards top mid.
Sheriffs have been deadly all tournament long. MIBR need a little bit of luck on their side and some beautiful shots as well. Fluorescent is doing such a good job, completely just taking care of all that utility top mid, and they slip away. MIBR, they've got a re-clear. Look at that wingman going across top mid. They're not sure exactly where the bodies of Shopify are.
SRN, maybe right place, right time. Could be explosive though. Smoke already towards market. SRN now knows the pounce is coming. And they're already taking the site. We know that Floor will get towards backside. Can anyone stop her? No! Nothing can stop Fluorescent! The one and only. Just keep it all eyes trained towards her, letting the rest of the team get the plant in, do what they need, get into that post plant. I'll take the attention. I'll take the kills. I ain't gonna stop. Does finally fall away.
That pathing is something else coming out for Fluorescent. We need to see a replay of that because she even min-maxed her ultimate there, fully using the gas or the speed rather, and then proccing that ult to get even more speed for herself. Beautiful work coming here for Fluorescent, and for MIBR, that is just pain.
Yeah, this was always going to be a tough round with those Sheriffs, but Neuer not going to let it go either. Shopify, don't stop. This feels like this was the linchpin map, Christine, we were talking about at the start. This was the one we were looking at for MIBR to make their stand on, prove that they deserve to be standing in these finals. And there's your little watch back of Floor there, as said, min-max the whole way through.
Goodbye to you and your
Insane pathing. Each of these rounds are just giving Shopify even more confidence. MIBR, they've got to have one of those feel-good rounds come up for them once again. It will be a healthy purchase. Only 2 more chances in this first half.
Somebody's there.
Opting to go for a 2-1-2 setup. This is a fast, explosive play for A.
It's a crunch as well, straight towards elbow. Can they survive? No, they cannot. The scrutiny too high, the pressure too much, and Floor just bounding around the map. SRN looking irrelevant as that challenger to the throne. Held on 5 kills here and being hunted down, kept away, arm's length the whole time. And another ult on top.
Sayuri can't even get close enough to pop the ult. She finally gets in position, but Alexis has one in her back pocket to respond.
Here's the flash, here's the push. First player down is Floor. Nice from SRN. Here comes the ult. Clears on through, doesn't affect MIBR, but the counter ult now going to come in to try and clear the site. SRN wants their name up in lights, but Neuer tries to take at least a couple of them down with her. And the 1v1, but time is ticking. Alexis on the other side draws all eyes towards her. It could be the ace for SRN. I wanted to see them do something about this, but Alexis is not allowing it. Shopify allowing them a glimpse at glory and then taking it away.
And you gotta give credit to Alexis there. Sometimes it's boring playing the breach, but look at the assists coming through, double digits, and she just had arm out the entire time, setting up her teammates to find those advantageous duels, and it was just Shopify playing all their cards right, securing this round. And even if SRN has a round for herself, Shopify did just got all the answers.
You never lost a time post.
There. Don't feel so cursed if it might be 9-3 at this point, but you can see the money not in a great position for MIBR. Down to Guardians, light shields, no big ults to bring into effect. Down really in the doldrums here. This was meant to be their stand, but they've been dictated to the whole way through.
Looks like MIBR this time want to fight earlier instead of waiting around.
Let's see if they can actually pull that trigger on it, though. They've been kind of slowed down, but it looks like SRN still wants to explore that. It feels like a bit of a, I don't know, it feels like basically death at this point. Held back, lost any of that punch to it, but maybe Melissa, checked on. Still heads up. Shopify now just like bulldozing around the map here, playing as 5 almost. Only now is Mel disconnecting from the rest. They reset this pace.
Shopify handled that mid play so well, just not giving MIBR any of the lines. Staying fully tucked, Melissa is able to beat the rotate. She's got the trips to work with here as well, but no blind, no stopping power.
Has to respect it. The site's so hard to go through. Good info. Still 2 missing. They've seen at least a couple of these players here for Shopify, and now the backup's on the site. Melissa unaffected by the stun. Maybe Shopify to try and take that full control, but actually MIBR want to brawl on this one. Yeah, there's the swing though. Melissa called upon, does get one. Time running low. Down to 10 seconds now. SRN up against Mel and Sarah. Tap on the spike. The time is running out here. Where's the final player? SRN reads it, but couldn't find it. Sarah with the shot, putting Shopify up to 9. And MIBR are going to be gutted left on 3.
And another flank, another layer for Shopify. It's not Noya on the back lines, it's Sarah after she burns all her utility, coming through as that insurance plan. MIBR, it looked like they almost did enough. I mean, Shopify were a little bit uncomfortable outside that B main,
all
but
went this side.
great response coming out here for Noya. SRN once again almost finding a round for her team.
So close, but not close enough. But 9-3 is not over. We're going to pass it down to actually Mika Fabs, who's standing by with 2 of some incredible guests. You don't want to miss this.
Incredible guests I have here from T1. We have Stacks and we have Buzz in the house. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. So guys, I know that you have been posting pictures about your travels in Berlin, right? How are you liking it so far?
I mean, the streets are beautiful and the people are so good. I'm enjoying Berlin so far, so I love this city.
What about you, Stacks?
Yeah, same like Buzz. Yeah, I love this Berlin EU. Incredible.
And so far, are you guys both on the Shopify train or MIBR? What's it looking like?
I'm rooting for SR, and they're a super great team, and I think they're gonna win.
What about you, Stacks?
Yeah, me either. With the Shopify. Yeah, I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, and I think everybody's been talking about Fluorescent. I mean, Buzz, as a duelist yourself, why do you think Floor is like so good at what she does?
I mean, she's killing everybody.
Yeah, she's not dying.
Yeah, she's not dying and she's killing everybody. She rushing into the side and killing every people. And she proves why her is the best in this tournament. So
Yeah.
I think she's goated.
Yeah, what about you, Stacks?
Yes, me. Every time I wake up in the Korea and every time I watch the pro set is the highlight and it's so incredible. She's mechanically skilled also. Every time I watch them and I learn also. So yeah, it's so amazing.
She's all over your feed.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, it's like Floor, Floor, Floor. Does that mean that you guys are also both voting Floor MVP?
Yep.
Of course.
And what is your prediction for the scoreline right now for SR and MIBR? What do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be 3-0 for SR.
3-0? Oh, what about you, Stacks?
In my head, 3-0, but I want to see in my heart 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah, for SR.
Going for game 5. Ooh, very interesting predictions, but we'll see what happens when we get back into the game. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. Thank you.
I love seeing. I love seeing Buzz and Stacks. And look, you just got, Floor just got approval from Buzz. That's a pretty big tick in the box. That's pretty good.
That is huge.
And yeah, I'm starting to think that 3-0 might be a little more likely. We were unsure at the start. We were back and forth in the whole way through, but 3 rounds ain't much for MIBR, Christine. They got to work it out, and it's got to start now.
Yeah, it's terrifying for sure. At least for MIBR, they get to be the attack side of things. SRN felt a little bit held back on the defense with their set pieces. Now SRN get to pick her own timing, demand her own pace, and expecting SRN to be a lot more explosive in the second half. You can see that Jubes is taking the role of Noya on this attack side, wants to be on the lurk, find some sort of pinch. And Melissa's gonna bring her team back if the defenders come too deep.
That's a real show. They don't seem too phased on Shopify. Sarah looking to make sure no one's slipping the net. Smoke's there. SRN then. Oh my god, there's no way you walk this. Yeah, you do 3-2-1 and they walk it! They're just trying to add insult to injury, but it's Jelly again. Jelly and these pistols has been a cut above the rest. Alexis on the chopping block now. A 1v3 is a lot. And Melissa ain't letting that slip. No, not at all. Okay, MIBR. First step now. You gotta take a couple more.
You did good.
Shopify almost kind of handing that one to MIBR, but you'll take what you can get if you're on the side of MIBR. And SRN immediately going for a Vandal. Most of her team immediately going for these big guns. They don't want to mess around on the second round.
Oh, they're
no
full
stingers
EDG
in
the
sight.
entire round.
Noya just communication across the board, letting each other know, hey, let's not give our opponents any inch back into this. The Bucky, Lauren. The Bucky. No Sova drone either. I mean,
And Sarah's gonna get first contact. Yeah, yeah. You can see the concept, you can see the idea. Now let's just take down SRN, which, okay, fair enough. But
Sarah's
Jelly.
back up.
Yep, okay, just passing it over to the next player's hands. You've still got 2 players holding this doorway.
Trying to take care of the weaponry here. Jelly doesn't want to allow SR to get any of these, so gonna juggle those back to the back lines. And during all of this, Mel and Noya have just been hanging out, trying to create a trap for their own. And at this point for MIBR, they don't want to give these shotguns any sort of orbs. We've got a Shorty and a Bucky on the other side. MIBR doing well here, being patient, waiting to regroup. Oh boy.
Oh, God.
30 seconds left.
Smoking a paranoia still as well for Mel. Switch over to the classic. Wanted that ghost. Melissa gonna take her down. So this should be green light towards the A side. Should be able to get a pretty fair plant on this. See too much to deny it. It's still just the Bucky into classic. So
Planted.
hopefully nothing else goes wrong here for MIBR. This should be 3 standing.
Yeah, I think we're in for the full 30 seconds here. Shopify should try to die to the spike themselves, and maybe Alexis will burn the fault line to try to get Sarah a kill, but they're going.
I mean, and you can see why. It was a pretty decent concept towards clearing that default player on the back of the side, but Jellybanks is there. Yeah, that was nice from MIBR. Didn't give too much away in the end. They were happy. I'm kind of with you, though. I'm surprised they went for that, but hey, made a go of it. Didn't work out.
Yeah, usually you don't want Jelly to be so close to the ultimate, as you see just 1 orb away on the bonus as well. So for MIBR, they've got a huge way back into just dominating such a huge round for themselves. Really deja vu coming here from map 1, where MIBR have turned things around in the second half with this pistol. We'll see if they can get another incredible bonus under their belt, but this is exactly what you need to try to get back into this map. MIBR, they want this B main orb, and Shopify, they've got an inkling. Another high-low setup.
Like the early boombot there, just to be cautious. Quick work up middle, though.
Jelly's gonna get it.
That's the ult online. It's big to bring into this round.
Jubes can hear that sound cue, can identify that that was the Neon that was running around.
Cage triggered.
Good pressure, good
Spike dropped.
role playing here coming out for Jubes. Look at the setup for Noya. She just wants to control spawn. She knows that SRN consistently pushes.
But Noya does lean a little further ahead.
Ooh, both trips.
Paranoia. Noya's got Sayuri. That's one of the players to catch off here. Does make that utility now a little bit trickier to maybe hold into the post-plant. Mel gets cleared. That was so clean. Big info off the dart. Alexis takes away Melissa. That's denied the plant. Now time's up in the air. A 3v3 here. Sarah cleared. SRN so sharp. Jelly as well starting to fire up here. Fluorescent almost does some damage then.
The slides are so strong. Fluorescent plays this Neon so well. 17 kills for her, but Jubes was feeling good. That's her second kill to just close things out. And you've got to love the prep coming through for Shopify. I mean, MIBR, they've got to be feeling really good about that round, but a lot of reads coming through here for both squads, and Jelly is feeling good.
Look, we spoke, SRN took a lot of the kind of conversation piece, but it was always Jelly, the second line down, right?
Yeah.
And they are having an exceptionally good game here.
This is so similar to map 1 of exactly how the macro is going so far. This time though, Shopify are a lot broker. Bucky's once again.
That's a gamble stack.
Good fault line.
Although that Bucky can still do enough. I want to control. This is an absolute crunch here.
Ow.
The Bucky again, so deadly, and now they want some more. Sarah, oh, back-to-back damage. Jelly and Melissa in tatters. They sprung the trap so perfectly. And a 1v5 now with a very armed team up against you.
And that drone just barely missing Jubes there. Interesting, Sarah thought they were getting flanked, but what a round. Shopify are just so deadly. Fault line lands. You've got a floor running into your face. Noya landing 1 sheriffs across the board. It's just, again, same scenario as map 1. As soon as MIBR find some footing, find that round that they were looking for, what they were working for the entire half, and Shopify just have another response right after.
Yeah. They're watching this.
Okay.
What's it like to be talented? What's it like?
Let's,
Yeah.
I gotta ask Florison after this. She's having too much fun in that server.
She's having a game. Good to see. But 6-10, it was a one-off maybe, right? Can they instantly get back in? SRN wants to. File it underneath her. Sarah under pressure. Still trying to stay alive. Still gets the info. Still gets a kill. Put to bed by Jelly, but Jelly now in a real predicament here. Gets to keep her life and gets to move on towards the site. Noya trying to still control some space on this. Not giving up back pillar. Wingman not going to check her on the first time. And Noya trying to be set into motion, and she is! That spike lost! How is Shopify back on this site? MIBR dazed and confused, and Shopify up to 11.
Noya handled that round so perfectly. The patience. I mean, you could tell she was waiting for some sort of util. Either coming from Alexis, it happened to be off the back of Fluorescent Stun. As soon as it comes through, she 3-2-1s and sends it through this smoke. And that is terrifying if you're the attacker. I mean, the whole time Noya was weak side. She was solo, but the time that she's buying and the fear that she's putting in to the attacker's eyes, they can't get the space they want.
I'm perfect.
True.
True.
True. Honestly, true. Timeout for MIBR. Feeling the pressure now, because they felt like, hey, great start in the second, good first half, we're building back in. And then a couple rounds happened. Couple rounds, couple Buckies here and there, couple Sheriffs, a little bit of confidence. Now they're up against a whole lot of ults, a whole lot more money, and 11 rounds facing them. This better be a damn good timeout. I mean, they've got some very big ults themselves. Who's that player? Never seen them before. But again, they've got some big ults to bring into play, right? I hope they've got something in mind, how they want to approach it. Bring out a nice sort of like set piece that they feel comfortable with. Get them up to 7. Get that scoreline feeling a little less impossible.
Yeah, get SRN involved and try to activate this player as best as you can. That is MIBR's win con here, and SRN has slowly but surely warmed up into this series so far, has had those explosive rounds, but has not been able to get away with as much as she's used to. Shopify are doing such a good job at not allowing those incredible multi-kills that she's been showing us all tournament long. Fluorescent wants to get really aggressive on this angle. She's all alone, but she's got that stun and the slide to be able to back away if she needs to. Good ping coming out here from Sarah.
Timing.
The shoulder.
Continues forward, clears through by tiles.
See her. Oh, the timing.
And actually wants to hunt this down. Floor. Yep, so perfect. The way she approaches this game, looking to get another one, does get outdone. MIBR dealing with that threat. And they're trying to split right through spawn. That's going to be a lot of information. Jellycat's going to be powering forward here. Big info, but they got to evacuate. They're still trying to stand their ground. Mel holding this down. The paranoia very good. Now takes the space behind it. I like that. Confidence, bravado. Sarah trying to play them in here. Nice little chip damage. Alexis still alive. And Jelly being the hero MIBR needed in these moments. But Alexis can still turn this around. But a 1v3 not gonna happen. Jelly this time in my mind. Sayuri by their side. Really stepping up.
Exactly what MIBR needed, and that was a round that Shopify were controlling through and through from the beginning. The fact that Fluorescent pushed through A, it demanded MIBR respond and make that B split happen, but that was on the strong side the whole time. Most of the bodies of Shopify were on this part of the map, but Jelly coming up huge to force those trades. And SRN, I don't know what happened to that showstopper. I don't think it even did any damage to Sarah. But at least it allows MIBR to get in those back lines. Jelly's ult back online. And MIBR, they want to go force the issue towards this mid. Spike is down in their spawn, so this is a round where MIBR probably just bluff this forward area, try to cut the line of this market.
Oh, yeah.
Got to handle this operator well.
Oh, Floor, can you get away from this one? Absolutely, and actually Sarah from as far as possible, looking for a connection, not going to get it actually. And they managed to stem at least a little bit of that pressure coming back in. Levy. Now Floor looks to try and control from back pillar, gets a little further ahead, wants to re-clear towards market, spots a player. It's a bit of a glance towards it. Checks towards main, they've still got a good idea of what's coming their way. Still a little paranoid about middle, but a pixel spotted and a player deleted. Floor still in control, gets dealt with. SRN trying to heat up, but Sarah with the effective trade. But when Jelly stands, there's still a chance for MIBR. But a 2v3 now has numbers against them. Jelly goes down, and it's all in one. Alexis and Mel going to be challenged. Tube's desperate, would love a pick here. Bring it down to a 1v1, but quite clear deep enough on that. Goes for the plant, and look who's creeping closer. Shopify taking no risk, no chance, and gonna be taking another round. Christine, I think we're seeing how this one's going.
It's tough.
This is Shopify in full effect.
Full effect indeed, and you even gotta appreciate the way that Alexis played that last round, right? Just tucking in, not allowing MIBR anything, and that teamwork, that mid-maxing, those fundamentals is exactly why Shopify haven't dropped a single map this entire tournament.
Flawless.
23 and 13. Look at the assists on the side of Shopify as well. I mean,
Alexis, Mel.
16 on the breach. Such powerful initiators on the side for Shopify.
Go again, MIBR. You know this was your map to try and stand tall on. And that's what you needed. Melissa with a good start, takes away Mel, stamps some authority into these rounds.
Uncharacteristic for Mel, missing that jump spot. Hopefully MIBR are able to actually punish off of this opening. No smokes on the board for that stopping power. Love this re-aggress coming through here for Fluorescent. This should give a lot more freedom for Alexis. She's going to be able to assist and do that cross-map help for Noya, and what a correction for Floor.
Starting to feel out the game, starting to feel that confidence. If you start feeling untouchable, and that's a scary prospect when you're adding into the occasion. It's Floor doing that. Alexis now clearing mid. The pieces are falling here. Sarah gets a catch on towards SRN. Jelly, the hero of MIBR, the one who's found their footing in these finals, is only on 11 HP. As Sarah looking to clear house, it's all down to Sayuri to try and make a stand. Surrounded and put to bed. It's map 2 for Shopify. And that was meant to be where resistance happened for MIBR.
And it's terrifying because of how casually SR have handled this series so far. Map 1 and 2, it's just another Tuesday for this team right now. Fluorescent is just not breaking a sweat. 24 kills, 10 first bloods. She's just having whatever she wants on that server.
It's getting to do or die time for MIBR. Do not miss out on these next maps. It could be all over.
Red Bull gives you wings.
And if you're wondering why I move the way I do, I just feel so good, good, good. I just feel so good, good. I just feel so good.
The human body was built to move.
Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.